All right, guys. I thought today we'd do a little podcast for our growers, just to kind of a little update what's going on at the huller and the crop and stuff. And there's no better person in the world than Mr. Legendary Ron Leach.
Oh, well, thank you, Russell. That's pretty good coming from a legendary figure.
Yeah, as long as you got low standards, it'd be okay with me. Legendary, thank you, though. It's funny.
Ron is a legend in the almond industry, though.
I've been around it a while.
Oh, yeah.
Been around a while. You want to talk about the crop this year? What I've seen is right out of the gate, what I saw was the nuts were very small and shriveled, thin, and sometimes that's normal, but this year seemed to be a little. It just went on and on and on. They stayed small. They haven't gotten larger, maybe a little bit.
I actually find that odd because of how nice, cool spring we had.
Yeah.
We've had this discussion.
We really have. It's impossible to tell where did that happen.
I don't know.
Was it that last little heat blast? Was it too many nuts on the tree? I mean,
because wasn't it 2011 was that the big crop year we made?
It was.
And there was the same type of weather like this for a frost, I think, early frost. We made a huge crop on the non-pearls. But this year, we had size that year too.
Yeah.
Not this year.
Well, we also saw in the beginning turnouts were very low, and they have crept back up, and they are improving.
But typically they start low and they move up faster. But this year, you're saying they started low and they've stayed lower. And
well, it took longer to get to the peak where I thought they would be.
Because the nuts were small.
Yeah, because they're small.
Yeah.
So what else are you seeing on this crop?
It's coming in very fast. It's a big crop, as we all know. How big is it? Nobody really knows yet. But we are receiving a load so fast this year. It's mind-boggling. We have received like 45% more than last year on this same date. So consequently, that means we're stockpiling more, and it's I've never seen it like this. We've had as much as 305 loads in one day. And stockpiled as much as 192 loads in one day, which is something I thought we'd never see.
I don't think the crop's going to start coming in fast. Do you, Bazar?
Well, it's curious to know. You guys are talking about a bigger crop, so you have more loads coming in quick off of a harvest. You've also got people with a lot more equipment, right?
Right. That's one thing I've noticed over the years is that as farmers are doing well with the almond crop, they're spending money on their harvesting equipment. They're buying faster, nicer, quicker, faster, bigger, everything, and more of it, and that's a big factor to that.
Independence, I think, is a big factor to that too.
Sure.
Oh, yeah, all up front.
Yeah, independence come right after non-pro. 1 week or 5 days or
before?
Yeah.
Before even.
Yeah.
I think 5 years ago, I don't think we had an independence in the huller, and now we're doing several million pounds.
I know we've had several challenges this year. Today we happen to have Jaime Cruz on there, who's our operational manager, who is undoubtedly the number one guy, I think, anyway.
I second that.
Okay,
Thank you.
Little bromance going on.
So Jaime's on his first podcast, people. Proud to have you on here.
Thank you, Russell.
You want to give us a little what's going on? What are you seeing in the plant?
This year, like Ron was mentioning, there is a big crop, but the almonds are a lot smaller than every other year, and the hulls this year are more humidity in them, you would say. So it's harder to get better in-shell this year.
Turn like little rubber, like you just took like a piece of paper and, I don't know, put it in your hand or,
So the more
like
more rubbery they are, the harder it is to get the shell out. So you tend to go down on the shear a little bit harder, which tends to crack out the nut. So we're seeing a harder time this year with that.
Can I interject here just something real quick? We typically like to see kernels around 5%, 5.5%, and the hulls at a moisture of 13% or less.
Yeah, this year we usually see them around 18%.
Around 18, yeah. But
the meat itself are dry. You're dry.
Which is very unusual. I've never seen it before.
And you didn't see it right at the start, right?
It wasn't at the start.
It was right when
the smoke happened.
Yeah. The smoke fires, and
fires did all that.
Humidity came up, and it was really, really bad actually for a while. It's starting to improve. Now it's kind of going back again.
Yeah.
If you had 106 hitting the ground and not through the blocking the smoke.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, and it dried them out. But that smoke was I've never seen it like that in my whole life.
No, none of us have. I don't
Jesus,
think.
terrible.
No.
But our plant's set up to make ultimo in-shell. There's no plant around here that could beat us on the
Well,
in-shell.
we got what? How many shear rolls?
We got 15 shear rolls dedicated just for in-shell.
Yeah.
It's unheard of the way that plant's set up.
And this year, I'm still seeing. I'm kind of, I'm disappointed that we're not making higher yields or turnouts for the growers. But it's like, in-shells grown, not made.
Yep, exactly, Russell.
And so in the past, we've had guys with higher than 95% coming in
As
there.
high as 95%.
And this year was the highest we've had.
Well, believe it or not, in the very, very beginning, we did have 190, but after that, it plummeted.
As soon as the
And
smoke.
we're lucky if we can get 75 right now.
I just imagine the guys that don't have 15 shear rolls.
Going to be lower. Still.
Way lower, at least
Lower, yeah.
20%.
Yeah.
The key for our holders are the way we're set up, the way they flows, our decks that we have, and our personnel.
Yeah.
Yep. I mean, the farmer does grow the in-shell, but it has to do a lot with us too.
Sure it does.
The way we're set up.
And when we
That's a
say
proud Huller
that-
talking there.
Yep. And we're damn proud of that plant.
You can hear
Me
it.
too.
And when we say grown, not made, what that really means is it really does start with the farmer. And you want to not harvest too soon. If you harvest too soon, that hole is going to seal up on that shell.
Oh, yeah.
And you want the holes open, butterflied open,
Yep.
everything dry, and that can make you the most
Yep.
in-shell possible.
So would you really want to just tap it and it'll pop right out and go
Well, most
through it?
farmers start early because they got so many acres to go. They just
Right.
start shaking when it's green
Right.
to go. I mean, I'm one of those guys too. But
No, we understand that.
but sometimes it matters on the land. I think the land that
For
holds
sure.
the moisture,
For sure.
that opens up slow versus on the east side of the valley where we farm over in that hard pan ground, and the west side guys put a little salty water on it. It's just not going to fly open like a clam. I
Right.
guess, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's the way it is. And I just like to point out what makes optimal in-shell, and we know that sometimes you just can't do that.
Do you think we'll make $3 billion, Bazar?
I think it's probably the top end of it. I mean,
Yeah.
I know that it started out with everyone down south feeling like the crop was way off. I know they've improved quite a bit. I don't think we've ever felt that the crop was off at all.
No,
right?
we were way off
I mean,
last year.
Yeah, and so I think we felt like, wow, this is a good crop, and the further north you go, even better still. But I still think 3 is probably too far.
Yeah. Well, price is going in the right direction.
Yeah.
Well, I have one of my growers that I just talked to this morning who made 4,100 pounds on his non-pro. Unbelievable.
Yeah. A lot of people are disappointed on the west side.
Yes.
Well, all right, guys. We could sit here and talk forever, but I'm sure our farmer friends got to go out there and go harvest some almonds and put them in the trailer so we can come pick them up for you.
That's right. And we need to get back to work, Jaime.
Pleasure having you all on
Thank
here.
you.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
All right.